Do you want to hit on some of the NFL rumors really quick? Can we do rapid fire? We're not good at rapid fire.
No, we're not. Hang on. Well, let's just rapidly hit on the Kyler Murray thing. He's 5'10", so it's all good. Now he's the number 1 overall pick by consensus.
Now he's good.
Because he was half an inch taller than we thought he was going to be.
I want to sit in a room with George and Eric because they have, again, a very mathematical way of looking at this using wins above replacement and all that stuff. We're going to do a series this week where we sit in the draft room and just talk it out. Is Kyler Murray worth the number 1 pick? What would you do with Rosen? Is Kyler Murray that much more valuable than Rosen? You can be a part of the conversation if you want. But I think,
have you noticed how quick you are to marginalize me from my own podcast?
No, it's not the podcast.
Any opportunity you get, it's all
it's a YouTube video.
Out of the room here, we'll get Renner in.
But you could be in.
And I want to talk to George and Eric.
It's because people don't like you. You're just not likable.
See, this is back to why people are going to think we hate each other because you're being an asshole.
Look, I just the YouTubers telling me.
I
read the comments again.
Yeah.
They like me now. How's that? That might be
you
bad
pander
for me.
to them. That'll help. You're populist, Steve.
Like a politician.
Yeah.
Like a politician. But you're doing a good job not, sitting like this.
I've been working on that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's the negative body language. Once you get rid of that, though, you're a likable guy. I like hanging around with you, Sam.
Not crossing my arms is difficult.
You're my buddy over the combine. We were hanging out. But real quick, would you take Kyler Murray, number 1? This is the hot question if you're the Cardinals.
Yes.
Do you move on from Rosen?
Yes. Yeah. All the data we're looking at right now says that he is not quite Baker Mayfield, but closer to Baker Mayfield than any other prospect we've seen in the past 5 years. At which point, that is a significant upgrade from Josh Rosen, who at the very minimum is as good as he was a year ago, right? The last year
I think
of
he's
playing...
the same guy, same evaluation.
He certainly hasn't gone up. So the last year of his experience in the NFL is unlikely to have been a positive given how terrible it went. But it could have been a negative. So at the very minimum, Josh Rosen is the same guy he was a year ago, and Kyler Murray looks to be better than that. At which point, upgrade. Take the quarterback, deal Josh Rosen, and that should be a deal that you can make happen for a first-round pick because whoever takes him on doesn't have to pay the $12 million signing bonus. So you essentially have a discount first-round quarterback, albeit one who has a year less on his deal than you would have normally.
The rumor to Washington.
Perfect.
If I'm Washington, I would make that move.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get a first-round quarterback who is, at least on paper, people are saying is probably better than anyone in this class outside of maybe Kyler Murray. So you get to have essentially the second-best quarterback in this draft class. It costs you a first-round pick, but you don't need to pay him a signing bonus.
Yeah,
and all you've missed out is a year on the end of his contract.
The Redskins at 15, the Dolphins at 13, the Broncos, if they hadn't traded for Joe Flacco at 10, I am in that market. And then you've got the Giants and the Jaguars and maybe the Cardinals.
I've seen this
fighting over Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins. But if I'm in that next tier, I'm going after Rosen way before I go after Drew Lock, Daniel Jones, or any of the other guys.
I've seen this one come up a bit. If you're the Patriots, would you trade 32 to get Josh Rosen and potentially Tom Brady's successor?
Given the draft capital that the New England Patriots have, I think that's worth the risk. And my whole thing with Rosen, we throw him on this Eli, type of level where the high ends are really high. You're going to have some lows, but a lot of it's just throwing darts, right? The quarterback deal, he's worth it. He's worth the dart.
He's worth
That's
the shot,
what I'm saying.
right?
He's worth the dart. If I'm the Patriots, the Saints don't have the draft capital, but if I'm those teams that need the successor, I'm all for giving it a shot. And because of what you're saying with the financial aspect of it, you're not necessarily tied to him, and you just keep throwing darts. If the Patriots have Will Grier available and they want to take a shot at him, maybe it's Tom Brady, Josh Rosen, and Will Grier all in the same room next year, and you're just like, all right, Brady plays for another 8 years. Let's see what these two guys have during those 8 years. That's what's going to happen. I like that. I like that idea. It's just a fascinating time with quarterbacks, though, because Ryan Tannehill's still like an NFL caliber starter. He's going to be on the market. Teddy Bridgewater's going to be on the market. Nick Foles right now is rumored to go to Jacksonville. They're going to cut Blake Bortles. The Patriots supposedly loved Bortles before the draft. Maybe things have changed since then. But Bortles is still an NFL caliber starter. I mean, you probably just want to have in the room and see if you could fix, right? And if you don't, then whatever, you move on.
Let's do our rapid fire. We can do it.
Antonio Brown to the Cardinals, Raiders, or Broncos. Why don't good teams want Antonio Brown?
Because he's a lunatic.
He's still awesome.
He is, but he's manufacturing his way out of Pittsburgh and saying some pretty incendiary things.
Yeah, but you're more worried about his blonde mustache
whilst
than anything.
also appearing on camera with that blonde mustache. If you told me nothing else other than the fact that the guy you're about to meet is an all-pro caliber wide receiver, you're probably going to want this guy. And he walked in there with this blonde mustache, black beard, black hair, blonde mustache. I would be like, get the hell out of here. You're not coming into my building.
It's not very PFF of you. You're over there hating scouts for face scouting, and you just face scouted.
They're some of the greatest insights into players in PFF within the building have been along those lines.
What are we even doing here?
I am saving us from taking a guy with that ridiculous mustache on his face.
I'd take him if he passes the grit test. Drew Lock to Oakland or Denver? That's the rumor. John Gruden loves Drew Lock.
John Gruden loves every quarterback in the world.
In public. Behind closed doors, though?
Do people not remember the Tampa Bay John Gruden era where he just
hated all of them.
Signed every quarterback that was available?
He's like the Sam Monson of QB coaches.
Then there was John Gruden's quarterback camp where he waxed lyrical about every possible prospect.
That's just playing the game.
I'm just saying, all the evidence we have so far suggests that John Gruden loves quarterbacks.
You think he really liked Chris Sims? He hated Chris Sims.
I think he likes anybody that can throw a ball. He's like you.
Does Sims even have a podcast that we can call him out on?
If you roll up there and you just start pitching things, you immediately love that guy.
I was with a bunch of Chris Sims colleagues, NBC, because we've got some crossover with our colleagues at NBC, and I said, look, get me on with Chris. I don't like his takes.
Yeah.
I'll take him down. I mean, I like Chris.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Uh-huh.
But, man, football takes, we got to tear him down.
All right.
We're going to go head-to-head with him. This isn't rapid fire at all. Drew Lock to Oakland or Denver because, Le'Veon Bell to the Jets. Does Le'Veon Bell save the Jets?
No, he doesn't.
Maybe they don't pay too much.
He doesn't save any team.
It's a good fit if they don't pay too much for him.
Yes. Le'Veon Bell is a great football player who would be a good fit with the Jets as long as he doesn't want a huge amount of money, at which point he's overrated.
Wait till he signs and Manish writes that article about how he's going to save the Jets.
Yeah.
got Le'Veon.
Got 10 wins better today.
Le'Veon and Saquon. The two running backs carrying the New York teams to 4 wins apiece. We done?
Yeah. I mean, is that all our news?
That's it. Oh,
Jadeveon
Clowney, franchise tag.
A non-exclusive franchise tagged.
Explain.
I got
Where's my franchise tag expert?
I got it. Exclusive is pretty self-explanatory.
Yes.
You can't talk to anybody else. You have to deal with that team and nobody else. Non-exclusive means you can talk to other teams, and your current team, the Texans, can match that offer.
That's right,
if they don't match the offer, it's 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Who has 2 first-round picks to play and a need for edge rushers?
The Oakland Raiders. There's no way they would do that. That's the Texans baiting the Raiders.
Absolutely. I
dare you, Mike.
Yes.
No, you know what, though? Remember, we recently gave Mike Mayock credit because a couple years ago he put Khalil Mack over Jadeveon Clowney in his rankings. Yeah. He was right.
How funny would it be, by the way, if they traded away Khalil Mack only to spend 2 first-round picks getting Clowney in to replace him?
There's no way that's going to happen. There's no way they're going to take the lesser player in Clowney for those 2 first-round picks that they traded.
That would be incredible.
There's no way.
There's nothing I want to happen more in the offseason.
Come on. Mike would never let that happen.
I mean, this is John's show. Mike said John has final authority on personnel decisions.
Oh, my God.
How quickly do you think he would quit if that happened? Oh, that would be incredible.